Yeah, I'll share the map. 1 second. Okay, so we are putting this on YouTube, so it's easy for people to access. Okay, so let me share that map again. So, yeah, you can see this.
It's coming up. It's coming up. Mehul, are you still in India right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Acha.
I'm so okay. So I'll tell you the one of the things is a lot of stuff in the news and all that, but basically if you're going to see fireworks in San Francisco on July 4th, and a particular hill is very crowded, you go to the side of the hill and watch the fireworks, correct? Because you don't want to be in that crowd. Similarly, Section 24 and this Arel Ghat, you see Arel here? Arel is an area, and then this called Naini. So on this side, I want to spend a few minutes on this side, because if you have senior citizens and family and kids and all that, when the rivers merge, the merged water comes here. Okay, you can see this, right? So I
Yeah, we can see
actually,
it.
so this 24 was very crowded. While we were walking on Amavas morning, we could not even walk, okay, at
Yeah,
5:30.
yeah,
So me and people had to turn back. When we turned back, we went to the side ghat of Arel before sunrise. Yeah, and then there were some seniors, they didn't even want to come in the morning in that rush. So in the afternoon was also a good time to do a snan on that day. So it's one thing is a day, the second is there are some times in the day. It's called tithis. So in the afternoon, I actually went to this Vallabhacharya thing. I didn't go on this bridge, okay? There's a ghat out here. So it's just the side of Someshwar Mahadev ramp. So whenever you see these big temples out here, this 1, 2, and 3 temples, they have a ramp, they have a ghat. Lot of people are coming on this ghat. So the what we found useful is you go on the side of that. If there's a auxiliary, a side ghat, because it's the same river. Got it? So when I went there, there were only 200 people, 100 people. I had a very nice time in the afternoon. So now, if you come here to 3 in the afternoon on a normal day also, I've had some people who came from 8, they had to walk back. Because by the time you suppose, so what I did was, I like a few days back, I got a bike. I came to this section, okay? Then that the cops are very useful to tell you how to go to your destinations. They will guide you. They will tell you instead of coming this way, you go this way. If you're on a bike, if you want to come here, they say you go this way. Then we came down here. There are these pontoon bridges. Then I walked on one of those bridges to 4, and then I did my snan. And then I there's like there is a fort, and these temples are there. And then you can leave that bike guy. Tell him to they can go on their own. But so there are ways to work around. And if there are too many people, then you just find the nearest ghat and take your snan, because it's you have to decide your own comfort and safety. Because even on a regular day, because the locals are coming now, like, and the things get more rush in the afternoon, later in the morning. So you all go around 6 o'clock. So you can do a snan before sunrise and hang around there after sunrise. So you can have both. If you go around 6:30, sunrise is 6:45. You can stay till 7:15, 7:30. Then you are done. Okay. Even if you decide to have your breakfast and aram se go at 10, 11 in the morning, a lot of people are doing that strategy. So there'll be a lot of people here because everybody's thinking this Triveni Sangam is a place to go take a dip. Okay, that was one point. The second is there are boats. Boats come from here and they come to this area. There's a platform they've built and they throw mud in the river. So the level is just to your knees. And so whether you're dipping manually from this side, you see this corner, or you're dipping manually from this side, or you take a boat from here, or you take a boat from here, you're coming in about the same area, which is the merging area. Now, during this astrological significance, all these rivers have energy, okay? Even if you dip in the Ganga, like here, from 8, uh, I would take a bike, only 10 minutes. You hardly see anybody on the road. You go and dip in this ghat, there are like, 100 people here. Then you're done for that day. So if you want to go to this main spot, I would suggest go early in the morning, okay? Everybody, your whole group. And then there is dust actually when you're sitting on bikes. And bikes they do three, the driver plus two behind, or one behind. Now rickshaws, if you take and they get stuck in traffic, it's easy for the bike to maneuver through the traffic, correct? So I've not heard people dipping on this landmass two. So when I say landmass one is this, starting from 3, 4, I've not gone much out here. This whole area on the left, that's one landmass one, landmass two, landmass three. So I suggest you stay here. Now one day, if you want to do some site, there are some attractions here. There's a digital experience, like I'm very nice thing that they've done for the history of this festival, which is near three. There's a temple here. There is also a fort here. So what you do is you have to take a rig that goes around on one of those bridges, assuming it is open. You never know when things are open and access. So you go around from here after your dip in the morning here. Go early in the morning, or just go early, very early in the morning. You do your dip, you do your sightseeing, and you're out of this place. And while you're doing sightseeing, there's this some places on this side, and there's this Daraganj is a road here. There's also a ghat here, which is nice. I've mentioned that there's a mandir here. There's see this. This is a sign of a temple. So there's another mandir out here. You can do all these things in one day, as long as you reach by 5:30. I would say 5:30 or latest by 6, okay? So you take a rickshaw or something, they'll drop you here, and then you guys just walk, walk, walk. From at this point, you take a bike. Now, bikes, whatever the normal charges, I would pay 500 rupees to get me out of that area. So you pay more money, they give you high priority versus others. So then they'll get you out of this area into this area. Then I would
Hey,
take
Mehul,
another.
sorry,
Ah,
a silly question. Will all of these places we have to carry cash, or you can all that UPI payments will work?
no, no. Yeah, most people will take that UPI, the Bheem, PhonePe, GPay,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. So I think you
Any
get a
UPI will
UPI
work. Okay.
browser. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that will be very helpful. Okay, thank you.
हाँ. तो यहाँ पे है ना, there are some many akharas, okay, and those sadhus are there, but there are very few left. I heard after third, fourth, they may have come back. I don't know. Okay, and then there are some nice ashrams here, some nice temples here.
Okay,
Uh,
can you show that area again where the akhadas are?
yeah, I don't know exactly, right? I mean, you go 20 as akharas. I heard
Okay.
12
One quick
as
question before
akharas.
we continue.
There may be some
Mehul,
here.
Hmm.
But the
Hmm.
point to notice is this. If you're going from, say, San Jose to San Francisco and around Palo Alto is jammed, okay, at some point you have to go on from Highway 101, you have to get to 280, which is here. Then from here, you have to get back into Highway 101. So this is the faster route. You come down here, the police will guide you. You ask them, hey, I want to go there. What do you think? Let's say in the middle of the day, there's a jam, lot of people, traffic and all. Then they say, okay, come this way and then come back here. And there are a bunch of people with kids out here. See, there are many bridges you can see. Some are blocked for emergencies and VIP access. And then there are some bridges, walking bridges, which are one way. So people are done with the snan. They're using the bridge to leave the area. Yeah. They have less crowds.
Mhm.
Guys who want to come to the area, they had blocked bridges 1 to 9. Finally, they opened 7. So because there was a lot of crowd coming into walking this way from right to left. So, no, if you want sanity, stay here. And
Between 24, 25 and that area, basically, that Adi, Bani, Mahadev,
yeah,
and
I would say go to
etc.
20. 24 is more central. And then,
Mehul, if we stay at 24 and for the city tour, you have to cross all these bridges to go to where sector 4 and
people
5.
told me it took
Four.
hours to go from 24 to 8
Okay.
because you have to walk here and listen. When you walk by yourself, you have your speed. But when there are a lot of people, it's slower. So
Hmm.
you cross this bridge, you walk, you cross this bridge, and God knows how much those people walked. I have not done that.
Hmm.
Uh, So because there was always a question between staying, see, अभी तो हो गया है वो events. Now you have a choice of going anywhere you want to go. That's what I'm
Hmm.
trying to tell you. There are three, four things to see here. This is one or two things to see here. You can do, this is not called a city, by the way. This is all mud area. This is a
Mm-hmm.
temporary structure. City यहाँ पे पीछे है, out here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then you want to go to this area, you leave very early in the morning and you spend your day there. And then you come back to your hotel, your tent here and out.
Mm.
So, or you stay at 8, which are the best tents. Okay, the best खाना भी अच्छा है, सब अच्छा है.
And
वो
8 is where the
वैसे
Art of Living tents are, Mehul.
हाँ.
Okay.
And
Hopefully,
then
we should get more reservations now, right? Because that peak time is kind of done, right?
yeah, I think the rates also may be different. And then you go very early in the morning, you make a reservation the day before with that security guy, the gate guy, and say कि हमको इतने इतना लोग है, I have so many people, I want rickshaws or whatever. Then you go very early in the morning, you come all the way down here.
I have a question. So it's getting difficult to find tents. Hopefully, we will get one. If we don't get tents, which part has hotels, which are nice hotels, where we can get into the hotel and how far are they?
Yeah, I think
We
the
can't get
hotels
the tents.
you were seeing, they were out here in this area.
How far is
And
that?
yeah, I mean, it could be 45 minutes.
By
But that's
bike?
what I'm saying. I want some hotels may arrange a private boat, come down here, and then you take a boat here. By the way, regarding the boats, so this Arail Ghat here, they have boats, private boats. When you come on this three, the boating club here is for VIPs, government people. So you probably may not have access here. And so you have to go up this bridge. This is called Naini Bridge, this bridge here. And यहाँ से is for the private, so it's quite a walk. So, and then many of these places you show your US passport, whatever you have a OCI that you're residing in a foreign country. And these temples you can access in a VIP entrance. So that will save you time. Okay, there are a lot of people. In some temples, even though there's nobody, the walking fences are so much to walk. You go all the way down, then you come back up, go all the way down again, even though there's nobody. So if you go from the exit, you enter from there, it's easier. Same with that fort area. You show your passport or show a picture of it. Yeah. And then you need to have a theli if you want to collect any water, or some people collect mud also. The mud tea is good. So the boat rides are from here, like out here. And yeah. So everyone is trying to go for this spot here.
So,
But
is there any charges for the visa holders or passport holders then if we show like VIP? Is there any charges, different charges, or same thing? Just show them.
no, even in the temples in other cities, you show that there's no charges.
Yeah,
it's just a
temple में तो
convenience,
charge नहीं होगा ना
convenience
कुछ.
allowance. Huh?
I'm saying temples will not have charges, no? I mean,
Yeah, it's just like a VIP entrance. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, it's like a fast pass. That's it.
Yeah, it's just that they're trying to make it easy for you. Yeah. And
So now
so
I have a simple question. All of this 21, 22, 19, 5, these are all the places where is the accommodation tents, correct?
yeah, just 1 second, 1 second.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, hi, you guys here?
We are right here, Mehul. Yes.
Okay, yeah, sorry for that. Now, what was the question?
I was asking this, all this 21, 22, 19, all the numbers which are written, right? They are all the places where there is accommodation. Is that right?
Hey, this is a big, देखो 40 crore लोग हैं. They have
Huh.
divided into many areas. So when you go there, there'll be signs.
Yes.
And so sign will say, suppose you come from here, you'll say, the sign will say sector 6, 7, 8 forward. Then
Okay.
you go through sector 6, then they say sector 7, 8, 9 forward or left or right. So it's an
Okay.
area they have demarcated. So
Okay.
if
Now,
you think of it, yeah.
now in the group, I have seen somewhere that, oh, there is a sector 5 as an example. That's where the accommodations are, right? So it's there. Um, how do we get those, you know, accommodation details, booking and all that, like at
Yeah,
all of
so
these
the thing
different
is that,
sectors?
there are some people who have booked on this second landmass. The UP government's website might have information if you're looking for particular sectors. But see, the reason people were hesitant on going to 8 is because they thought, how will I come to this 3?
Yeah.
And in the process of trying to optimize that, the quality of the accommodations and the food has been impacted. When I stayed in 4, it was very easy for me to go for the dips, right, and see some processions and all. But उन लोग का जो है that there was some Punjabi Sikh spiritual group. Their food was different. Okay, I did not see many women families come there. So that number has been there on the group, and the guy was charging 15,000 rupees for some kind of a cloth room. And then those Maharaja style tents in this area was smaller compared to the Art of Living Maharaja style tents. This guy's tent now, your head will touch the ceiling of the tent. It is
Mm.
very like camping tent, but bigger. Whereas this is a very ultra luxury, perhaps like those fancy tents you see in for the sheikhs and the safaris. They've got very luxurious, big size Maharaja style tents. When I say that, the cloth is so thick that the cold does not go through. They can give you 1 or 2 blankets. There is no heater or warmer. In certain tents which are not Maharaja, the government has allowed blowers because there was this Kumbh cottages here in 23 or somewhere. And I'm still to get my refund from them. So these guys were, yeah, so they charge 25,000 rupees for the whole tent. And 2 to 4 people can go, and they allow a heater. So I requested this number 4 to give me a heater, which was good. There's no basin to brush your teeth, so you have to use the tap for filling the bucket of water for the shower. Okay, if you want to, got it. And then there is a toilet on the side, Western style or whatever. So those are the questions to ask. And whereas this is like a real hotel room, they even had some tiling in the bathroom. So I was very surprised. I walked into one of those. Uh, they were 50,000 rupees a day, right, a night during the peak time, and so they were very nicely done. So the rates will be different. So what I'm saying, if you want luxury, this is one. There may be other places. I don't know if there are such tents elsewhere. Um, and then you just plan your day properly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you want to basically get up at 10 in the morning and go for the dip, you want to stay near 4. I don't know if 3 has any accommodations because 4 is probably the last one. Because here you
So
just have those stalls, the food stalls and other things.
yeah,
What other?
so 10,000, 15,000 per day looks like that's the normal rate, right?
Sorry?
So to 10 to 15,000 rupees per day looks like that's the normal rate.
No, the rates are like any city, San Francisco. It's
Mm.
based on the quality of the hotel and the location to
Mm.
the piers, right? Look at any city, the rates there's a wide range. You go on kayak or booking.com, by the way.
Mm.
Uh, and then we'll get to the other. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Here in 24, we paid 10 to 15,000 rupees. On the Snan dates is 30% more. I
Mhm.
liked it because I had families who attended from Gujarat and other places. And in the evening, I've sent pictures. You could chit chat with those people. The food was better in 24 versus 4. Okay. And the food in 8, I think, is better than in 24.
What are the main activities that we should do in one day? Let's say we are staying at Out of Link Camp 8, and then
मैं वही बोल रहा. So you can go to this temple here. You see this? Go to this temple here. Go from the exit with your foreign passport. It's a faster way. There is a fort. You walk in there. There is a digital experience opposite this temple. So you can go there. It's like a few hundred rupees. It's nice. Then when you come up here, but you may not be able to come up here because of the traffic and barricades. So you find a bike or rickshaw that goes on the back side. Okay. You come from the back side here.
Yeah.
There is this a temple near this just before this Nagvasuki. And then this is another temple to see. Yeah, so those are the 3, 4, 5 things you can do in one day. So if you get up early in the morning, you'll have a long day, 12, 13 hours, whatever it is, but then ho jayega.
So, Mehul, if we have 2 days, we can split this in 2 days
Yeah,
and
so अभी
cover it
क्या करो
easy.
कि out here there is a very nice park here between
Uh-huh.
23 and 24 of all the temples. It was nice. Then
Mhm.
there are some ashrams out here near 24. And between this is an easy walk actually from here. And then I didn't go to 25. And
And the crowd is less on this side, right? The Adi Beni Mahadev and
yeah, but
Chhatra
when I
Mahadev
say
is.
this side means whenever there's a landmark like this,
Uh-huh.
there is a ramp and a ghat. So
Okay.
it can have more crowds here. It's like Pier 39 will have a lot of crowds. You go to Pier 37, will have less crowds. You
Mm-hmm.
getting it? So you go to the side, if there's less crowds, you go directly into the main ghat. And then there are Pandit Swarup Pujas, somebody was asking, is right there. And then otherwise you go from the side ghat. Similarly here, if I went on that 29th,
Mm-hmm.
Someshwar Ghat was crowded. So I went on this other one. And it's also you get a good experience.
Okay. And all these red lines are the bridges,
Walking bridges.
footbridges.
So that means
Okay.
no, so that means a boat cannot go through them. So boats basically go from here in this area.
Okay. And you can take a boat from, let's say, this Adibeni Mahadev. Anywhere from there, you can take a boat to go to Tarkeshwar area,
Which area?
the other side,
Really,
near.
it's not a lake boating. Go from X to Y and like that. No, you take a boat from here for the dip. They don't even, I don't even know if they let you cross to the other side. Because these boats can only come here, up to here to
Uh-huh.
the center. These boats can come to the center.
So let's say if you have to go from camp 24 to number 3, how do you go?
So you take a rig, right? You take a rig and go all the way on this bridge, go from backside.
Oh, so there are bridges for the traffic and the rickshaw will
So
take you
they're
from.
normal, but the permanent bridges are there, no? And
Okay.
so these are all floating walking bridges. So,
Oh, okay, got
yeah,
it.
but the cars sometimes they do go on it. I mean, they're nicely made. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You go early in the morning if you want to stay here, you can come here, or I would suggest if you're with families, you stay here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Either way, you have to get up early, 4:30 that day, and
Mhm.
come here before the crowds come in.
Okay.
At that junction near that Hanumanji, it's written, that's kind of a junction, right?
So here also there are many ghats here. You see in this three area,
Acha.
and the sadhu's bait and the last one.
Near
But
that
now,
black circle, that's where the spot we need to come and take a bath, right?
but people are bathing here. Like you can bathe here or Gangeshwar. वहाँ पे भी गंगा ही है. And the
Acha.
Yamuna, yeah. So Yamuna is
Mehul,
Yamuna.
Sangam is
I
happy.
just read about Ola helicopter. So did
Huh.
you all use that?
Yeah, we have not used that, but the helicopter is a nice way. I don't know what they do is that there are some sightseeing helicopter rides from the UP government
Of
also.
course.
They have partnered with some things. Is it for sightseeing or for the dip?
No, for the dip, they have this service. It's a 35,000 rupees. They pick you up from the from airport. They drop you near the Sangam, near the boat club. From there, you get a boat. You go to the and have a dip. Come back to the boat club, and then the helicopter picks you and drops you at the airport. So all this is about 5 hours, and it's 35,000 rupees.
Yeah, so if you have that much time, you can do that.
Yeah, so just one day. So once you are at the Prayagraj airport, this is what can be done in 5 hours. This is what they are advertising. It's a
Yeah,
Ola service.
somebody, Manjula ji, it's like somebody who is short on time, right? They just do that one day and you are done with it, right?
Not
Yeah,
only that, but then the people who cannot walk too much and
Ha
elderly
ha
people,
ha
for them
ha.
it's a good option.
It is a good option, yes.
yeah, actually, I'm bringing my parents there. I'm planning to bring my parents there. So this private boat, do we have to book in advance or do we have to go there and book it? So have anybody tried that one? The boat, private boat?
Well, the people I think mostly here who have not gone their Pragati. So
Yeah. So the boat club, I mean, do I have to book it in advance? Is the boat club, is that a website or?
So what I understood, talking to many people, maybe
Uh-huh.
Mehul can explain us better when he comes back, how he's back. Uh, Mehul, the question was, do we have to book the private boat in advance, or we go there and we can book it at that time?
I didn't book anything in advance. I went to whichever temple I wanted to at whatever time.
No, the boat. Boat. We are talking about boat to go to
You're
the.
staying
The
for the
private
boat.
boat.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you just go there and then. So the thing is that here there are two boating areas. One is for the tourist, one is for the locals. So
okay.
my somehow because I had a senior person, they
Yeah,
let us
my
go.
parents.
The
Yeah.
police didn't give us access, and then we went to where the locals the boating is, and one of the cops arranged a boat for us for like he said 100 rupees a person, but I said I want the whole boat, you know, for my group, and so 1,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees. And then that boating guy did his own puja, which I don't know how much I like. So when I went on the boating from this other side, um, there are some pandits which will do so there's a platform built, okay? The boats take you to like a wooden plastic platform, which has changing stations on it. It's very nicely done. And then there are a bunch of cops and security people there. They're watching people dipping in the river. The water is not high, but you should go when you get off the boat in the central part. You don't want to venture out too because then the depth can increase of the river. I had one person in the group. They were like venturing here and there to take a photograph, and you could actually feel that the sand is going down. Are you understanding? And so where a lot of people are dipping and there are pandits doing pujas and there are other wooden platforms built in the center, I don't want to say so much, you should enjoy this movie, right, when you go there. So you be where other people are. Don't venture out here and there, thinking the whole river is shallow. So we can, I think, yeah, someone has raised the hand. You can just ask your question.
Yeah, Mehul, and I was
Hey,
actually everyone was asking questions, so I was waiting. So is there any time that can we go for dip any time, or is it something like
Yeah, and I think you can raise your volume, by the way. You can dip anytime. So along all those ghats, like let's say I go at 5 in the morning from 8, right? I wonder, is anybody going to be there? You'll be the only person. But I was told that there are these security guys. So the way the ghat is, they're very nicely done again. They have some grass out there. Because remember, this is all mud area. This whole thing is come up for this. They have put grass, so you can have a little of some kind of a plastic thing. You put your bag on it, which has your towel and changing stuff. And not all these places have changing stations for women, okay? So here, there's a temple which has, and then from there are these sand bags. So they're making it soft on your feet to go into the river.
Hmm.
Now, after 20, 30 feet in the river, there are those barricades by plastic floaters. and the security guys are around it because they don't want people to cross it. Because remember that the height of the river, so the depth, so you can take a snan in that area. Same thing with here. There are those floater barricades. There are barricades on the road. There are barricades in the water, right? Because they want people to be in a certain area. And so the security guys are there 24 hours to answer your question. That's what I was told. So you could go anytime. I don't know why you would want to go at 2 in the night to take a snan. I don't know. So yeah. So yeah, but you can go at 5:30, 5, 6. There should be people there.
I have one question. When people come from the airport or from any other place to the taxi, the taxi gets stopped almost 10 kilometers from the tents, I heard. And people have to either take a bike or walk all the distance. Is there any other ways we can plan ahead so we can go to the tent
That is what I'm
without?
trying to tell you, is that we don't know in advance what will happen. When we were leaving for the airport, the flight was at 1, but we left at 6 in the morning. It's only 1 hour. Because we told at 8 in the morning, the bridge, who knows if it will be open to leave the area to go to the airport. So you need to talk to the cops in advance. And regarding coming there are many ways to come there. You see, from the airport, if you're coming to 8 and one thing is blocked, the airport is, I think, somewhere here. And so
So do we have a parking air like personal car parking in the AOL
in
camp?
all these areas, they have designated large parking areas for buses. Buses are getting people from India. So
No, but
from there,
Mehul,
they
you're
go there
still answering my question, no? So let's say you're coming from the airport in a
Yeah,
taxi.
yeah,
So
thank you. Just stay on one question right now. Yes, Vaniji, go ahead.
yeah, so can you please complete that answer, Mehul?
Yeah, that's what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying, that suppose you find something blocked from the airport, right? You have to ask them if there's an alternate route. They have blocked, like for example, we were coming on 24 that night from out of town, right? So they said instead of going on this road, you go on the other road. And at some point, I had to find those rickshaws. There are special rickshaws. They are quite big also, and which are the internal rickshaws. So we had to transfer the luggage. And then come to near 24. At 24, the cop said you walk from here. So I won't let you go. So then I basically talked to him that I've come from outside, we have seniors. Then he gave an exception. You have to ask for exceptions. And then they'll see what they can do. And then so those are the three options. You take a regular car, at some point you take a rickshaw. Now, if you have less luggage, you can have two bikes. One for putting your suitcase, they'll tie it to the bike. And bikes are mostly allowed in many places.
Okay.
Okay. But
Also, I
let's
hear
say,
talking
yeah,
with cold. Is everybody dipping has some level of colds that they catch there?
cold.
Yeah.
No, so the water in the night is warm when the air is cool. And in the afternoon, the air is warm and the water may be a little cold, but after the first dip, you're okay. So when you're
Okay.
walking through these crowded areas, you can wear a mask. And when you're dipping, you don't need your mask. So you need to
But the
have this.
water,
Yeah.
water is clean. I mean, water is clean.
Yeah. Yeah. It's coming from the Himalayas, right? All
Vani, it is a floating water, right? It's moving water. It's not stable.
Okay.
Mehul, staying in sector 23, is it easy walk to sector 24 and then go to Sangam?
This is like 2, 3 kilometers here.
Okay.
You can go on online Google Maps. They have been given the area details.
Mm,
And then
mm.
you can say sector 23. There's an office in each sector. So you can say sector 23 office to this temple. You see this temple? You put this name of this temple. Or you put the name of this temple. And then you'll get the walking distance.
Mhm, mhm.
Hey, Mehul. So I have a fundamental question. I will go back to that sectors, right? So how do I know the availability, pricing, and all that for this tents, accommodations in these sectors? Is there
Yeah, it
one
is not
website or
like
there are multiple?
kayak.booking.com because
Huh?
this is a tent city, a temporary tent city. That you can
Yeah.
find Airbnbs and all that. I did not get into that. And
Okay.
staying at people's homes, some people did that. And
Yeah.
yeah, one guy stayed with some AOL teacher somewhere and all that. So
Okay. Where
whatever,
did you stay? Let me ask you, where did you stay?
and that's what I mentioned before. I stayed few days in 24.
Okay.
I
How
stayed,
did you book the, it was just stay there. I'm sorry. How did you book the place for that 24?
well, I just found it online from one of those government websites. And and I just did internet research on Google. Okay, so I think maybe you should do it this way. Which
Yeah.
sector
If
say?
you, yeah, let's say pick that sector 8. You said there is art of living sector there. Then there is sector 24. How do I look for accommodation over there?
I did something like this, and then somewhere I actually did this. I remember I mentioned earlier IR. If you look at my doc, I don't know. Did you guys look at that doc? So which I'd done before going, and so I had found some places from here. So IR. This one is a government thing. They have outsourced it, and
Okay.
you see,
Yeah, IRCTC. Yeah.
yeah. But I think you need a India mobile number to continue,
Okay.
and then, so I had basically. So that guy's website has shown up, kumbhmelaservices.com, right? And then, so there's Nature's Nest. Okay, so Sector 24. Yeah, so like you see this Narayani cottage, like that you'll find places.
Okay. So
And
these are like permanent kind of resorts. These are not the tents, right?
yeah, this is a good place to visit, okay, by the way. This guy's ashram is nice. And then
Which one?
I'll mention it in the list. Yeah, this one here, the one in the green. And then,
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically Maharishi's ashram, right?
yeah, and then so now you see more names when you expand the map. So, but this is not a very good map. So maybe I'll do it this way. Sector 24. Where? You see Ariel Road and all. Now you see all this. Yeah. I stayed here, somewhere here, or this one.
In the tent.
It's a room. It's a flat ceiling room with a false ceiling, which is a tent on the top.
Yeah.
And it's like a, you can say, three-star hotel.
Okay. So it was a hotel that you stayed, not
It's not a
because
hotel,
there
it's a
are
tent.
there are those. Sorry.
It's a tent, Ray. And they've got some. So what these people have done is they've got professional people to build the tents for them with different style. Like, some people want deluxe tents, some people want premium
Okay.
luxury, and then they resell it.
Okay.
So yeah. So I think I put the location. So anyway, so I actually went here. Kumbh Mela Services.com.
Okay. KumbhMelaServices.com. Okay.
And so I think they had some phone numbers niche, na? Yeah. Call these guys. Yeah, call these guys. You message them on WhatsApp.
Got it. Okay. And then we can, I mean,
So this guy's name came in some online search results for me. And yeah, and there's also this other thing called Combe cottages. She was like discouraging us from coming there. And then they're very old people. They're in 23. They will tell you which sector they are. Yeah, so this is how art of living tents are, like this, like this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So kumbcottages.com is another one. Mehul, what is that website for the Art of Living tents? Where can we find that number 8?
yeah, that link I'll send. It's some VVK or something.
Acha.
Yeah, let me see if I have this
Okay.
one.
So that, and it's all of these tents also provide the food, or there is food at a common place, or how does it work? Do you know?
Meals included.
Meals included. Acha, theek hai. Okay. Good.
Mehul,
Um,
when we are paying that 12,000 or 50,000, whatever price it is for the whole tent. I mean, for two people or per person.
Yeah, yeah, it is for the whole tent because it's for the group.
Okay.
um, VVKI dsy.org. Sorry, Mehul, can you go back?
Maybe
vvki-dsy.org.
their number to keep moving ahead. Yeah. So
No, just I wanted to type there. What is it that you typed
I'll send
after?
it. I'll put it up in that doc. Don't know. It's
Acha,
fine.
acha, theek hai. Okay.
Okay, so I think I've not done it. I actually got it from someone. And so I'm saying even on the other days, it's very crowded. Okay. So let me just now quickly move to this Ayodhya. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the thing about Ayodhya is that um, just let me share this once again. It is
Mehul, I have a quick question. I unfortunately joined a little bit late and we are staying at Sector 8. Did you already cover the transport options? And maybe if it's recorded, I can watch it later. Otherwise, if I can maybe speak with you separately.
yeah. So that's what I was trying to say is that uh, so like what we said was you call the guy at the gate, the security guy. He will arrange for you bikes or rickshaws. You go very early in the morning. You come here and there are things to do on this side, some things to do on this side, and then you can spend your day. So you have to go because if you go around say at 10 or 11 in the morning, a lot of crowds accumulate. A lot of families are now going at 10, 11 in the morning. So yeah, some people are coming from here and they are going back because even though they are 1 or 2 kilometers from this Sangam, there's so many people they're not able to walk through. So
So ideally, we should go by 5 in the morning, like that early.
yeah, 5, 6. See, because you can some people want to do a bath before sunrise. So you go like 6, 6:30, take a bath, hang around outside. Then the sun rises at 6:45. Go inside again. You get it you get both sides that way, right? And then the temples also open at like 7 in the morning. So you get in early. And so mm,
And for an 80-year-old person, is it possible to go as close so that she doesn't have a lot of walking, or there is still walking regardless?
for whom is this?
I'm taking my 81-year-old mother with me, and she's okay to walk a couple of kilometers, but the people are saying she has to walk 11, 12 kilometers. So I'm just a little worried about that much.
From where to where 11? No, no, देखो, we stayed in 24, right? And we're only 400 meters, 10 minutes. We stayed near this ghat here, and it was you just go that the merged water comes here also.
Right, but we are staying at in the Art of Living Sector 8 tent. We're going on the 19th, so we're staying quite far. So that's the
So
only
they will
concern.
drop you somewhere near 3.
Okay.
Then the bike and rickshaws are not allowed because there are too many people out here. So then you
Right.
just walk 1 kilometer. So if you go very early in the morning, I guess you can't sit on a bike. So you take a rickshaw.
Hmm.
For some reason, if you cannot go through here, you request you're from foreign, the cop will see the senior citizen, they can make an exception and open the barricade. But
Okay.
agar you bola कि you go on this side, you go to the bridge on this side, and you take your rickshaw all the way down here, and you
Hmm.
walk along this footbridge. So the bridge is 1 to 9. I think that this is one. This guy is one. The bridge is also numbered. Okay. The
Okay.
foot. So 1 to 9 was blocked for coming this way. But then because of all the rush, they opened up 7. So from 7 you get to 4, which is like 10-15 minutes walk on the bridge, not much. And then
Okay.
uh, and then it's like 1.5 kilometers from here to this thing. If you find this spot very crowded, then you go to the adjacent ghat here, and then you guys take a dip here. You see where the cursor is? You
Yes.
don't need to go to this most corner thing. And
Mhm.
then yeah.
Okay, got it.
You can have somebody
Thanks.
watch things. Uh, you can take pictures, video. A lot of people are doing it that way. And then regarding the dips, this is what I was told. And you take dips for your relatives, your friends, your family, grandparents. Some people take one dip for each. Some people take in a group, like for your family, great grandparents and all that, and for your guru if you want. And then the first dip is only you can pass the first dip only, and then you okay. And then so you can stay there for like 10 minutes in the water. It's very refreshing because when I was on bikes, all the dust blowing and all, I would take 2 dips in a day, and then it was very nice. So coming.
After you come out, do you get dried very fast or changing is a must? Like you said, you take 2 dips in a day. You don't have to plan much for it, right?
Also, the thing is, they say that don't wipe yourself, let it air dry
Okay.
because there's energy of the river water.
Mm-hmm.
So there are changing stations for women. You can change.
Uh-huh.
For guys, they just do it out there with towels and all. And
Uh-huh.
so
But the temperature was not too cold that you catch cold if you're wet.
no, you have to just get used to it once. And
Okay.
then, okay, so the Ayodhya, there are some things to visit. And so those things are basically there's a Surya river where Ram went. And there is very important to go where it is clean water. Don't go to a random place. Make sure there are 50 people dipping and you dip there. They also have a place where they get the river water via like a canal into like a pond, and then it goes back into the river. That's also fine. Okay. And then some people do Gau Puja and all those things are options available there. Ayodhya, there's also the Hanuman thing, which was very crowded. I do not recommend for seniors. But I heard later on that there's a VIP entrance to it. Now, for the main mandir, you go to the VIP gate. If you have foreign passport or overseas or a senior citizen, they give you wheelchair. You don't need advance booking, I think. Right next to the VIP gate, they can say go and register in that office, which is next door. Or just show a passport. You have to put in all your mobile in the locker, okay? And then you can just go in the temple straight from the VIP entrance. Very nice. You could do this in half an hour after reaching the VIP gate. And because from the other side, there are lots of people coming in, they're moving them very fast. So that's that, okay? Then there is a few other things you can say Ayodhya in 1 day or 2 days. It will tell you some list of places to see. So I actually, we started from here, we went here. The rest of my group, left after that, and I went to Ayodhya, and I came back for the remaining days. Now, when you're coming from Kashi to Prayagraj, right?
1 second, Mehul. How did you go from Prayagraj to Ayodhya? Was it were you able to find the taxi and all that easily? You had to book in advance, or what is it? The
Uh,
transportation from Prayagraj to Ayodhya?
so the places you're staying, they can arrange you for a cab,
Okay.
right? And then somebody on the mailing list had some contact. So,
Yeah.
when my group landed in Kashi, I got that person's thing. So they charge around 8,000 rupees a day for the car and the driver.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Same
and then the
same thing from Prayagraj to Ayodhya. It's not
no, the
difficult to
rates
get
are
a
about the
taxi.
same. And then the hotel you stay, you have to ask them. They have a dorm for the driver. Then you also have to provide the meals for the driver. So all that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And so there is a very nice temple here from Kashi, dear. And if you actually look at this Prayagraj, since I went on sector 3, right? I came here. I came from the downside, and there's some Vidya, some temple is there. It's very nice. And then, so Ayodhya, I told you how to get into the VIP entrance. Same for Kashi, you need to find some priest who's walking along, or ask your hotel for contacts because there's a lot of rush in that temple, and they can give you some protocol passes. They are like 250 rupees, but he might charge for his fees also extra. Um, and around like 2K per person. And then they'll somehow get you that protocol entry when you just walked in. You can do this in advance, I think, also. And that way you can enter the temple. Okay.
I've gone to Trembakeshwar, in Nasik, they have a very special, like at that, this is at Trembakeshwar, but they're like 500 rupees. Here charges may be different, but it kind of cut down my 4 hour line to literally 10 minutes line.
Yeah. And so,
So Mehul, you went from Prayagraj to Ayodhya and from Ayodhya went to Kashi, right?
yeah, it's however you get your plane tickets. And so when I came back, I didn't want to go through the landmass 1 and 2 because I knew it would be crowded. So when I came from here, Kashi, I went on the back side and I entered here. And remember, I had to kind of talk and negotiate with those officers because we had some senior in the group, and I didn't want them to take the last part walking. And then you
Yeah.
have to drag your roller bags, assuming you should have all roller bags, except a couple of backpacks, which also can stay on the handle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't know what's going to be open, what access the roads will have, which politician is visiting when. Okay. So, but you have to use your presence of mind. And I would not carry your passport every day in the dips. Take a picture of it. And then you need to have this your charging bank because the phones don't last one day also, I think. Those iPhones. And so that you can show them, see, this is my foreign passport. I've come, I have a schedule. Can I do this? So then they say, okay, yeah, you enter from here, or you try this, or they might open up some road for you. And it has happened, and so it has worked out well. So I think if that's all the questions you guys have, anything else you have?
So
So
what do you think of Mahashivratri if we book 25th, 26th? You think it'll be fine or very crowded?
I went on third date, which is more crowded, 29th. It turned out we figured out this ghat I mentioned to you, that and side entrance with 100 people only. We had a very good time. So you want to go, you follow your desire and go. There are
That's
all
very
these.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's this Mahashivratri is happening every year in these spiritual places. But this is once in 144 years. So if there's any homas or something you want to attend for Mahashivratri, you can attend it online. It'll take your data plan. Okay. And so I would go here for the dip because this is a very rare event. And the other Mahashivratris will be the next year also in those
Correct.
ashrams in around India. You know what I'm saying, right? And
Correct.
so like in Bangalore or wherever. So that is the last date. I don't know how many people I don't know how many people will be there. 12th is also a big date coming up. Uh, and yeah. So if you find a lot of crowds, lot of bheed, your rickshaw doesn't go through, your bike doesn't go through, you don't feel like walking, then you let it be. Because during the daytime, I've not heard any incidences. There was that one thing that happened in the night. It was unfortunate, but um, but otherwise but still, if you don't feel comfortable, don't go there. You ask that cop, listen, this is a group. What do you suggest? He'll say, okay, you can go to this other ghat. Okay.
one
Yeah.
question. Yeah, I'm planning to go for Kashi as well as Ayodhya. So is there any booking for darshan, or is it just line? We stand in the line in the queue and go there.
No, no,
How?
the queues are very long.
Yeah.
If you're in a normal public queue for any temples anywhere in these
Mm-hmm.
three places, yeah, unless it's a temple with like 50 people, then it doesn't matter. But there's a lot of crowds because of many people are doing the circuit.
Mm.
So the crowds are going from one place to the other. That is why I suggested that you get VIP passes, protocol passes, like that.
How to get this VIP passes? Just carry the passport along with us, or that's it?
Yeah, but some like Kashi, you need to buy the ticket, VIP ticket. So one
Okay.
priest who's hanging around there, you can
Uh-huh.
ask them. Suppose you find a priest is helping some group, right? You
Uh-huh.
show up at 5:30 in Kashi in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Hey, listen, can you add your group on? You request them. They said, okay, it'll cost that much. Because it's easy for them to work with people at the same time.
Okay. Just join VIP group there, and you just find those priests there over there. No contacts or nothing, right? Just no.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
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 Okay. And what about Ayodhya? Same thing there.
But I mentioned you walk in with your passport, they'll let you do the VIP. There's no charge.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and then
Thank you.
you might get a wheelchair for seniors also. You just ask them. See, all those cops out there, all these places, thousands of cops, they are
Mhm.
there to give you service. When I was going from Prayagraj to Ayodhya, the guy said, listen, this
Mm.
highway here has a lot of bheed.
Mm.
You take another road through this village,
Mm.
then you join this highway out there. So I said,
Mm.
listen, from far, I don't want to take this detour. He's saying, if you want to go, you go, then you'll get stuck.
Mm.
Then the guy is honest. Then you
Mm.
take detour through the village. And through the village, we have to ask people, hey, how do I get here? Then the next guy you ask, the third guy you ask. Finally, you
Mm. Yeah.
get back to the highway.
Yeah.
Guys, if I may just say something, I'm also going, so I am not experienced as Mehul, but I spoke to a lot of people in India yesterday and day before who are going. I think some of us which are going now will be a little bit lucky, at least as long as it's not February 13, 11, 12, 13, because most of the akhadas and most of all these babas, they started leaving, right? Because they have to go back to where they come from to prepare for the Shivratri, right? So a lot of local crowd will be less.
Mm.
So that is the one benefit. And like Mehul said, if you want to do darshan at any temple, I think earliest in the morning are the best, right? And when it comes to Varanasi, Kashi Vishwanath is open until 10, 11. You can go at 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. You will have less crowd. If you try to grow 8, 9, 10, 11, where most of the people come, is going to be very tough.
Good.
India is crowded regardless, right? So we go to any normal temple from where we all come from, right? Different cities, whatever, and any famous temple, you see the crowd. Doesn't matter what day it is. So I think we have to accept that there will be crowd. Now, how to navigate is what we need to find.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good luck.
Thank you,
Uh,
Mehul. Very informative. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayur. It is helping.
welcome,
And
welcome.
share the map
Thank you.
as well.